Well, let's say Niger to the world. Nigerian players doing really well across the entire world. But of course, we focus on Nigerian players. Well, their performance, some are doing well, some are not really doing well. But then, a review of Nigerian players during the weekend across Europe. And maybe we should start from the star boy, Ademola Lookman. I mean, another goal for Atlético de Madrid. Did this guy move to Atletico maybe 6 months too late? Because I feel like if he had this performance since the start of the season, maybe joined with his performance at the African Cup of Nations, maybe we would have been talking about another CAF award for him this year.
Automatically.
Yes, I am very happy for him because I would have been much more happier for him if he had started the season with Atletico. And this is what we've been wishing for as Nigerian citizens, as football lovers. We want these players to play in top clubs. We want to see them play in top clubs, score every week. At least that was what we used to have when we had Kanu, when we had Faferi Martins. Yes, these players, you see them every week. I'm very sure most people will now want to watch Atletico because of them. Yeah. I personally have been seeing Atletico's matches because of Ademola. We want them to shine in their big clubs, and because these are the few things that gives them the chances to get nominated in the top places, African best player, and who says they can't even be nominated and not the Ballon d'Or holders? Because we had Osimhen who was listed in top 6 at the point, I think. So if these players keep repping us well like this, you'll be happy. And it's nice that Ademola Lookman is on one of them.
Yeah, Iwobi, 1 goal, 1 assist.
Very,
star boy.
When it comes to Fulham, I think Nigeria needs to appreciate Fulham for what he has done for Iwobi and Basi.
Chukwueze has picked up
because the Iwobi we used to know looks like one body boy that's not really serious about football. But now Iwobi now looks serious, Iwobi looks physical, Iwobi wins duels, Iwobi dribbles, Iwobi kick the ball, each shot. None of those things are things we don't really see from Iwobi. Look at Iwobi performance even at the AFCON.
Yes.
So I think Marco Silva has done a nice job on Iwobi. Iwobi can play as a league, he can play in the middle, he can play as an 8. He just depend anywhere, and it will give you an excellent performance. As a matter of fact, if you watch Fulham very well, you know that I can probably say that team is built around Iwobi. He's the one dictating the pace of play and everything. And fortunately for him and fortunately for the team, he has been doing well. He has been consistent. He was just crowned with a goal and assist this weekend, but most weekend that is not even scoring. His impact on the field.
But Osimhen said Iwobi cannot be rested right now.
No,
like he must
in
play
his team.
Till the end of the season, must play every game.
Yes, in Marco Silva's team, Iwobi Marco Silva just make sure he used to play. Even if it is centre back, Iwobi he will start look for a way
to put him there
in the field. So Iwobi has been outstanding.
And of course, Calvin Bassey played 90 minutes.
And he was solid.
Yeah.
He was error-free this weekend, and he had a solid performance, and Fulham won their game. I think against at the Stadium of Light itself.
Yeah, the Stadium of Light. You almost kept the clean. That one goal came.
Yes, that was a massive victory. And thankfully for Marco Silva is a very intelligent coach. He has been benching Calvin Bassey prior to this weekend, but because he wants to play against Graham Brody. And we know how physical, strong.
You have to use an equally physical.
Do you understand? And Bassey was up to the task over the weekend. So it was a nice campaign.
Absolutely. And this guy that it feels like we don't talk about much enough. The highest goal scorer in the Turkish Super League, Paul Onuachu, scores a game for Trabzonspor. He's like, this guy is the reason why Trabzonspor feels like Onana is good. Because no matter how many goals Onana concede, they will still win. They will still win because they won 2-1. Onana still considered. But it doesn't matter because Onana scored and they won.
Anything Onana wants to do.
I mean, Onana wants to doing better than Osimhen in the Turkish League. How about that?
If we want to talk about players like Onana, let's be sincere with ourselves. If not for the heroic and the how spectacular Osimhen has been in the last 3 years, Onachi is distant to any side as a top striker. But considering the fact that Osimhen has been scoring and blazing hot in most of the leagues he has played in,
he's the more talked about guy.
He's the most talked about, and he has been placing some players on the bench that are not even actually really bad like that.
I just think there are few things Onachi needs to add to his game. He has to improve working with his feet. You know, he's ball play with his feet and things like, because let's not forget the play that Southampton last season, and
It was not too impressive.
So, you know, there's a way, if you have such striker, there's a way you need to, there's a type of football you have to be playing with your team if you want to fully utilize such striker. You have to be playing to his strength, playing on the hair, most people have to come on the hair. Not, you can't expect the likes of Onana to come and be playing at Arsenal, Manchester City. It won't be a very good performance. You won't expect a good performance from him. So I think that's one of them. And thankfully, he finds the type of football he wants to be playing. They're playing it over the transport span. Has been giving them back-to-back goals, and they have been excellent.
Absolutely. Akko Adams, I mean, our strikers are doing well. Akko Adams also gave an assist at Sevilla during the weekend.
I don't know. I think one of the best and one of the most talented Nigerian guys we have right now is Akko Adams.
Akko Adams, yeah.
But you know, that guy probably because the hype is not there. You know, Sevilla is not a team.
But he tried at the afternoon.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
He announced himself.
Yes, that guy is good. Put him anywhere on the fourth try, he's going to deliver for you. And
he's a really hard worker.
Yes, he's a hard worker. Definitely, he's a hard worker. And you know, when he was coming back from AFCON, Sevilla had to post him. You know, they had the form of welcome graphics for him. That's how you know how important he is in that team.
Yeah.
And Akko Adams is a very good player.
To add to that, I think one of the advantages is enjoying from is when you have this kind of strikers whereby they can play off under striker. It's always a plus. Because if you can go as a main
it's really a boss at the AFCON.
Yes. Akko Adams is fine as a striker, but he's still having the qualities and the characteristics of someone that can play off someone else. So get the ball to the person and the person gives it to him. He can play. So I think that's another advantage he's having as a top man, which is helping. Especially for the national side. And that's why he could get it to the team. Some other people couldn't get it in that team. It's not like he was the only striker that could play. But consider the fact that he could play as the second fiddle in the game. That was what brought him into the team. And he did well. You can see what he did.
Absolutely. And finally, for the good, before we talk about the bads, for the good, finally, Peter Lainka also scored for Slavia Prague, but it's been long since. I've not forgotten that he once played for Prague before, so we don't know if he should. But he shall did well for himself. Because I'm not sure he's still open to play for Prague again. But he did well. He scored for Slavia Prague. But then let's talk about Captain Fantastic, the man who, buried his father just about a week ago, went back to his club and got a goal for Fenerbahce. Talking about Captain Wilfred Ndidi, an amazing guy.
It is, and if we're talking about a Nigerian player that's last in his peak, he had this. Once he got to that peak, I think he really maintained that top performance. That we're expecting from the black players, anyways. We've known Ndidi since probably 2018, 2019, and he's still playing to this time. I think that's long for an African player, for a Nigerian player. That's massive. And let's check at the likes of the team he played for. He played for not really bad teams. Played for Leicester. Now he's playing for what's it called? For Fenerbahce. I remember when he was still in Premier League, every season, go and check the statistics for the most tackles made. You see Ndidi will always be there. So, and if there is something you know about the player and the player keeps doing that thing, believe me, that's mastery. That's mastery.
Okay, let's talk about the ones that are not so great. Daddy. Our brother decided to lose a penalty. He unfortunately lost.
You shouldn't totally talk down on him considering the penalty he lost. That is not a bad striker.
At all, I don't.
Even for Wolves,
he's not a bad striker. I remember we played.
He's the reason why they were able to sell Stan Bruno last
season. We played Wolves. My Chelsea played Wolves, and that was a very big turn in the flesh when he came in. He's always coming in and always showing.
He's one guy that even if he's not scoring, but the defenders will not rest.
He's a hard worker.
He can't blink when
he knows how to use his physicality.
Yeah, so he uses his physicality to his advantage most times, and he's not a bad player. Well, I hope he gets back.
Yes.
And this one, I don't know if it's good or bad, but Osimhen was not available for Galatasaray. And Galatasaray were beating 2-0.
Osimhen, I think they said he had one knee injury. I don't know how serious the knee injury was.
And now there's a possibility he will not be available for Galatasaray in Juventus' second leg.
That's going to be a huge miss for them, honestly. Because if you check the match against Juventus in the first leg, though there was no You can't pinpoint that he scored a goal, he made an assist.
He made 2 assists.
Yes, he made 2 assists, but he had major influence in those goals, and he had major influence in that match because he threatened that Juventus backline throughout the game. They could not rest throughout the game. The likes of Kelly and the likes, they could not rest. He was on their flesh, and with him at the top, and they really trust him. If you look at the way they play, they trust him as their 9. They always find a way for the ball to just get to him, just give it to him, try and give it to him.
And Galatasaray fans, even though he didn't play, they did want something special for him, you know, celebrating him and the passing of his mom and all that.
Osimhen, anytime he plays, he's always giving 150%.
Passion, yeah.
And for every coach, you want a
player that does that.
You always want to play a player that gives you 150%. And for the tenacity he gives up front, that tenacity is always a positive. You will keep running, chasing people down. So when he's not scoring, he's still going to have an impact.
Off the ball. It's also intelligent. Off the ball. And the type of football people teams are playing now. Your role of the ball is as important as your role of the ball.
Look at what Alan did. Was doing yesterday against Newcastle. Alan didn't score, but he was.
Pep said Alan is his own man of the match.
Do you think
there was he was battling that one was battling having this battle.
I can count 2 to 3 areas like corners and balls that came into the box of Man that Alan was the one heading it back to the and if you have players that give those extra jobs, it's a very big. Some strikers just help from the okay.
So. Well, definitely Osimhen, a wonderful guy. And now the players that we dare not claim. Eze scored. Fulham F.C scored for Monaco.
You can claim them.
We cannot. they just have Nigerian names. We cannot.
It's Saka and assist.
Saka and assist, you know. So, but then we cannot claim them. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's
wish them the best.
Yeah, wish them the best. You know, all the best in England, all the best in USA for Fulham F.C and others. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the roundup of players, performance of Nigerian Super Eagles players across European fronts. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and of course follow us on all our social media platforms.